Here at the CATRP Crew, we have over 20 years of experience on eBay, and with that, we're gonna show you how we make over $80,000 in 90 days on eBay. So we're gonna show you how we plan, how we list, and what we do after we list, and all the tips and tricks in between. One of the biggest things we've learned in our time on eBay is to list items daily. eBay loves when you are active and you list daily, and what we do is we list 10 items a day. So we're gonna go find those 10 listings. We try to sell items with a high average sales price, and I see this bin of trains right here, and I know they sell about $50 to $100 a piece, so we're gonna list this bin right here. So I'm going to show you our process of listing, and we're going to start with this train right here. So I just found my item using the model number and the brand name. I'm not interested in current listings. I'm only interested in what is sold. So what I do is I find the listing that has the highest sold price because there's probably a reason for it. So I'm going to find that listing. This one sold for $250. I'm going to go ahead and click sell one like this. Now the reason I click sell one like this because it pulls up an exact listing of what that listing had, like the item specifics, the title, and everything in between. So I'm gonna look at the item title first. Now there's lots of different descriptors and describers you need to use depending on the item, but the best rule of thumb is to look at what's sold and just copy that title. So right here, I see that it's Lionel, I know the model number, it's Mickey Mouse. I might even put Walt Disney in there, just as another describer. Just copy everything that was on the box. And I see that it doesn't say train, and I'm gonna put train in original box. One thing I try to do is I always try to fill up as many of the 80 characters eBay allows as possible, just so I make sure that anything that the buyer is going to look up, my listing is going to pull up for them. So the next thing I do is I go to custom label SKU. That is for our inventory. We're gonna talk about this later in the video, but I'm gonna put where I know the item is gonna go, and then we're gonna move on. And this is the big reason why you wanna do sell one like this, because it already has the category, different item specifics that are important for this item. And I'm gonna go through and see if there's any other item specifics that I need to put in. I don't think it's important to do much research as far as filling out the item specifics. Just make sure that the relevant information is there and then move on. And then we're gonna go to condition. This train, it looks new, but I'm gonna put used. I always wanna under-promise and over-deliver just because I'm not certain that it is new. And then we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna do the description. So one thing I always have done is put the title in the description. I think it's just another way to show what the item is. You can now do templates for your descriptions. And I've actually made a template for our trains. So I can just insert that right there so I don't have to type it in every time. And one thing I put in here is that I say that we bought a hobby shop of trains, that everything we have is untested, just to let the buyers know that we don't know everything, you know, just to put our proper expectations. And then I also put a few of our policies in there, like our international shipping, our 60-day free returns, and then I just remind them to look at the item's description and the pictures for the proper condition of the item. So if I need to know any condition descriptions, I'll just put in the item condition box has minor wear and discoloring. Train seems unused, but refer to pictures. And then also you can have up to 10 templates, so use that for everything. It's been such a lifesaver to not have to create a different document and copy and paste like we used to. And then for price, what we have seen is that auctions generally go for a lower price than buy it nows. And we think that's because in that 10-day span, you might not get the right buyer to see that item. Your item might have to sit there for a month to get that price that you want it to get. So generally, we do buy it nows and not auctions. So for pricing here, I see that this one sold for $250, and I think this one had the caboose with it, and mine does not have the caboose. The way we price things is when in doubt, we moon it out, because we're okay with the price sitting or the item sitting for a little while. So I'm going to price this at $250. If we didn't have so much inventory, I would price this a little lower because we would need more cash flow. But the way our business is right now, we're okay with the item sitting for a little while, so we get that premium. So next, we almost always put offers on our items. We always want to be open to coming down in price. And if we don't have offers on, we don't have that option. Generally what I do is I just do, for the auto accept, I do 10% of what the item is. And then for minimum offer is just important so you don't get those lowball offers that you don't even want to deal with. So I'm gonna do about 125. Anything below that I don't really want to see. We schedule out all of our listings, and we always schedule ours out to 6 p.m. eBay is based on Pacific time, so we're gonna put 3 p.m. because Eastern time is 6 p.m. And the reason we do that is because people are getting out of work. This is a time when people might not be busy and they're looking on eBay. And we've done that for about 6 months and it's worked for us. Now for shipping. If you're new to eBay, I would recommend doing calculated shipping. Reason being is you're probably not familiar with what it costs to ship an item. And what calculated shipping is you put in the estimated weight and the box size, and eBay will calculate around what it costs to ship to any location. Once you've shipped enough, you've learned what things cost to ship, you can then change your policies to fixed prices because you know what things are going to cost to ship. Now, I didn't mention free shipping, and I know that's a big debate among sellers, but for us personally, we have seen that it doesn't make a difference, so we would rather charge for shipping just so that's extra money in our pocket. So next is returns and international shipping. We offer free 60-day returns and international shipping to anywhere eBay offers, and we have found that to be successful. We recommend that you promote all of your listings. We promote all of our listings at 2.1%. Now what that means is that eBay will take 2.1% of the sale of our item. There's no upfront cost, but what it does, it gets your item higher on the list when people are looking for items. So we recommend that you do that. Now these are just recommendations. Everything is speculation. We are still learning every day, and we would like to invite you to learn with us. Join our Discord where you can join our amazing community that helps each other grow, sharpen, and continue to learn more about how to be successful in our businesses. So the last thing our item needs is pictures. eBay has recently made it so you can take 24 pictures of an item. I highly recommend that you use as many of those as possible to show the condition and any defects that the item might have. Now we use this light box right here and we highly recommend it. If you're interested in this and any other of our supplies, go to CATRPcrew.com for this and all of our other affiliate links. Some ways I have found to be more efficient in my listing is that I do all my listing on my computer and then I take pictures on my phone. I used to do all my listing right on my phone, but I realized it took too long, typing was harder, so now I do everything but pictures on my computer. And then another thing I do is I got a standing desk. Why? Because if I'm sitting for an hour and a half, my legs get tired, whatever, I need to stand up to get that blood flowing, get that energy going. So I'll stand up to be able to continue my motivation. I have coworkers that sometimes can be talking, can distract me. So I'll put my headphones in, put some music on, a podcast to continue to stay focused. And then I also have my light box right next to my computer, so I don't have a lot of area to move. I used to have my light box way over in a different area, but this is just way more efficient this way. Now we're going to talk about the post-listing process. And now some of you might disregard this, but this might be one of the most important steps for your eBay business and is going to save you a ton of time. And a huge part of that is inventory. Now this is where custom label SKU comes in handy. So when your item sells, that custom label SKU comes up and says, hey, an item sold in A8. So I pull this out and I grab the item. For bigger items, like this Dragon Zord over here, we just label the shelf and throw them right on there. And then for smaller items, we have utilized our game shelves. So all of our games go on here, our Matchbox cars, our trains, we utilize the shelf for that. And once our item sells, we have to ship it out. Now, if you want links to all of our shipping supplies, go ahead and go to CATRPcrew.com for everything we use for shipping, and comment down below if you want an in-depth tutorial on how we ship everything out. Now, after you've built up your inventory, we recommend doing two things. The first thing is sending offers. So when an item gets multiple watchers or likes, eBay will then send you a notification that it is now available to send a discount to all those potential buyers. This has helped us continue to move through our inventory quickly. And the next thing is ending and selling similar. So what we do is we look at our oldest listings, we go into that listing, and then we end it, and then sell a similar item. And now the reason we do that and we don't relist is because when you end and sell similar, it creates a new item ID, so eBay treats that as a brand new item. A newly listed item will show up higher in the search results than a relisted item would. I hope this was helpful to you. Subscribe for more reselling and eBay content. See ya.